Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damien Harris. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 18 carries, 57 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This defense for the Jets, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Allen has his man. It's Shakir. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. Not the best of starts here offensively. You're back home, you lost a couple games in a row, and here's an early 3 and out to start things off.
And I think they were counting on being at home and having the home crowd carry them along a little bit to help things get better. But the bottom line is you don't get the crowd involved until you play better. They've got to create some first downs, some big plays, things of that nature to make sure that the crowd is right there with them.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Play action. It's Fields. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 2nd down, here's the option. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's Fields. Being chased out left. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On 4th down on is Colby Wadman now to punt. Deontay Hardy back deep. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses. Without
a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, he'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Jordan Davis drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Let's take it at around the 40. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
First play of the drive. Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
On 1st down, Fields. He finds Corey Davis. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.